Today, I'd like to show you guys how to desaturate part of a photo, but not the whole thing. So I'm going to have you download this picture from my page. It's right there under Today. And I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. What I want to do is make the woman black and white, but keep the red flower. So what I first need to accomplish is I need to select the flower so that I can separate it from the rest of the photograph. That's going to happen with my magnetic lasso tool. So I will go around and lasso that flower and the leaf and the stem. And it's not going to do a perfect job, as you suspect, but we are going to use our quick mask to perfect it. There's a little bit more of a leaf right here. And back to the beginning. So you can see I have not done the perfect job, but I'm going to use the quick mask. This is something I wanted to show you too, because the quick mask is typically red, which is difficult because the flower is also red. If you wanted to change the color of the quick mask, you could actually double-click the Edit in Quick Mask Mode icon and change the color of the mask to something that's easier to see, more contrast. Now my mask is blue, much easier to see. Once again, the quick mask operates with black and white paint, so I'm just going to get my regular brush tool and I'm going to change it so that the hardness is to 100. Need a nice hard brush. My size is set to 7. That'll do the trick. If you remember, the black paint adds to this area of the mask, and the white paint takes it away. Same concept as we had before, it's just not red this time. So go through with your black and white paint and perfect your selection. Shouldn't take a terribly long time. Oops. Go through with that paint and go around the edge of the flower. I'm going to pause my recording here for just a moment so I can get mine finished and you don't have to watch all the detail. Okay, I've got it all selected just the way I want it. It's not quite perfect, but it's pretty close. I'll take the win. Pretty much how I want it though. So I'm going to take this back out of quick mask mode. Now I've got the selection just around the flower. And with that selection made, I'm going to copy and paste the flower. Very simple. I can do this with control keys on my keyboard, control C and then control V, or I can go to edit copy right here and edit paste right here. Now, you don't see the pasted flower. That's because it pasted right on top of where it had been. Let me get my layers panel up and I can show you. It's on its own layer, right? The background layer is this, and layer 1 is this. And that is actually kind of important because what I'm going to do is desaturate one layer. Desaturating in this context is just taking all the color out of it. So I'm going to go to my background layer, and remember the layer with the flower on it is all independent of that. I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and tell it to desaturate. This is kind of a cool effect. If you want to get a little fancier, you can go to Image, Adjustments, and talk about the brightness and contrast, and you can bring the brightness and contrast up. More dramatic if you like. Up to you on that. You can play with those and see if it looks better, but you've got the flower on its own layer, right? When you're finished, if you wish, you can go to Layer and tell it to flatten your picture, push it all together, and save it to your folder. The next thing that you need to do, and this is half of your grade today, is you need to go and find a photograph that you want to do this to. It can be a photograph of your own choosing. It can be, I've done this before where there was a picture of a marching band and I kept the color on just one musical instrument. I've done it before where there's a photograph of the homecoming parade and I kept the color just on one football player who was standing up on the float. You can do this with whichever photo you choose as long as it's school appropriate. And if you show me this lady with the flower and the other photo that you partially desaturated, that's your grade for today.